Well, thanks for joining us today on Cooking in the Dark. I'm Claudia Folska, your host here today with our celebrity chef, Tim Freeman. You know that I can't see very well, and you're such a great celebrity chef. I was wondering if you would join me in being blindfolded. Would you be willing to take that?
I'd love to.
Okay, thanks.
It's going to be a new experience, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens.
All right, let's see how you feel. I do want to let you know that this is not really what it's like to be blind. People who lose their sight do so over time. They learn to live with it. They go to school, they get special training. What this does is gives you an interesting and perhaps a very salient experience of what it's like to cook without vision. And I think the key here for everything we do in life is it's all in the preparation.
Right.
And
totally
I know,
agree.
right, the execution should be easy, but it's all about the preparation. We're going to start off with lamb today. Can you tell me about the lamb we're going to produce or cook?
Shouldn't that be you?
Well, you tell me about the recipe,
Okay,
and then
perfect.
I'll tell you where it came from.
Oh, awesome, Claudia. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little tandoori spice lamb. I love working with lamb. Lamb really absorbs the flavor of India. And working in Kenya for a couple of years, a lot of my staff were from India. And I love their food. It's one of my favorite foods to eat myself. And lamb just goes so beautiful with, tandoori spices like garam masala, cinnamon, cumin, onion powder, all those really rich spices. And, living in a place like Nairobi where there's a huge Indian culture, it's really an assault on your senses. And the fact where when you go into the markets, the smell of all the spices and the sounds and the noises and the kind of the dust flying up in the air and people roaming around, and it's organized chaos in the markets. And so when I eat lamb and I eat the Indian food, my mind always goes back to those experiences and those times that I spent overseas. And it's going to be a beautiful dish. We'll do it with some roasted eggplant, some baby carrots, and a little bit of hummus.
Well, I'm really glad that you mentioned that. First of all, Colorado's famous for their lamb.
Absolutely.
And so I brought you some special lamb from. Where is it from? Where is it from? Manzanola. I brought you some special lamb from Manzanola, and actually, this is a lamb farm named Triple M Bar 3 in southeast Colorado, down by Rocky Ford. This lamb is grown and produced on a 500-acre ranch.
Wow.
That's right on the Arkansas River.
Perfect.
It's really beautiful. They're all grass-fed. They're processed after they're about 120 pounds or so. No antibiotics, so they're local. And these people produce the lamb all year round. So they have lamb forever, and I think you're going to like it. So why don't we grab the lamb?
Perfect.
Okay, you know where it is?
So, yeah, it's just kind of a weird experience being blindfolded, not being able to see anything. But, before we started, I kind of set up everything in such a way where I know where it is. But I think the lamb is
Well,
right
I would
here.
be smelling for it probably, or feeling.
Yeah.
And my hands are clean. And also, I think it's also important to talk always a little bit about food safety.
Yeah,
in
food
the
safety is really
preparation.
important, definitely. You kind of want to avoid cross-contamination as much as you can. Make sure that your surfaces are clean and organized, and wash your hands with very hot soapy water. Sanitize. After we do this, we'll change out the boards and wipe down the tables and get ready to do our next project. But not being able to see,
Right.
I know straight away that these are saddle chops. So they look like little T-bone steaks.
Right.
So you have the New York strip on one side and you have the filet mignon on the other.
Correct.
So this is a saddle chop, not as you would expect. Most people think of lamb chops, they think of a lamb rack, but these are saddle chops, which are going to be perfect for what we're doing today. They feel very, very tender. I can feel a little bit of fat here on the outside of the lamb on the New York side. The bones are. This is probably a really young lamb because these saddle chops are quite small. So these will work out perfectly. What we're going to do with these is we're going to marinate these in a little bit of Indian spice or tandoori spice. Like I said earlier, Indian food is one of my favorite foods to eat.
Uh-huh.
So I think what we'll do is,
Now, are you going to make it really spicy hot?
no, you know,
Uh-huh.
Indian food is spicy, but for what we're going to do today, we'll have a little bit of heat in the food, but
Okay,
what we want is a lot of really heavy, explosive flavors.
great.
So I think we'll do two serving for two today, and we'll make each serving probably 3 chops.
Right on, man. I'm feeling hungry already.
Wow, this is so weird.
Okay, you're good.
What we're going to do to start this is we want to marinate this in some yogurt. So yogurt has a lot of enzymes in it, and it's an enzymatic meat tenderizer. So it's a natural meat tenderizer because of the dairy product in it, and it's absolutely authentic to marinate in lamb and yogurt. And I think it is right. Yeah, that's definitely
Can I
yogurt. Can you smell?
Yeah. Now let me ask you a question, because I do this kind of cooking in my own home.
Yeah.
And what I would do is put the yogurt in a separate dish and then throw all the spices in there, mix it up, and then put the meat.
You could definitely do that. I like to work with my hands a lot and get my hands into the meat and kind of work the marinade into the meat.
Oh.
But yeah,
Well,
you could definitely do that.
Okay.
I've got a kind of a utility spoon here, and I know that this was a quart container.
Okay.
So I'm going to use about half of a quart of yogurt.
All right.
And I think that
What kind of yogurt is that?
this is a Greek yogurt. I like it because it's nice and thick,
Uh-huh.
and it sticks to the meat really well. And once we cook it, it ends up getting a nice char on the outside of the lamb.
Oh.
So spices, this is going to be a rough one for me. I know they're over here somewhere. See if we can find them here.
This feels like salt.
Yeah, so there's salt in front of you, I think. Then this spice is. So this is cumin seed. You smell it?
Yep. I like that.
Yeah.
It's really good.
What we want to do is probably, cumin has a really great
Can
smoky
I feel
flavor.
how much you're putting there?
Yeah, sure.
That much?
Yeah.
Oh, because you have so much other stuff.
Yeah, because we have so
right?
much other stuff and so
Sure
much
you
other
don't want
lamb.
more than that?
No, that's going to be
Okay.
perfect.
All right.
We don't want to go heavy on the cumin. Cumin has a really high smoke, really heavy smoke flavor.
Yeah.
And since we're going to cook these in our pizza oven, which is essentially a tandoor, we don't want to add too much smoky flavor to it.
Okay.
My other spices were, so this, and again, this is a smoked paprika. Have a whiff of that.
Is it spicy or not?
No, it's a little bit spice. This will be hard to measure out because the container is so big, but
Uh-huh. Can I feel it?
let me, got your hand there?
Yeah. So that's like a,
It's about 2 tablespoons.
okay, shots right in.
Yep, toss it right
Okay.
in. Normally I'd be done with this by now. I mean, I'd have the meal cooked, served, and ready to go.
Uh-huh.
I can see, in an instance like this, you would need to plan ahead for sure. And
What's this?
I really don't know. I'm just going to
Take
grab
a
all my
smell.
spices at one time, so I don't have to keep reaching for them.
Let's see.
And Alvin, if I know are you over there? Yes, sir. If there's any spice over here that I can't reach or I'm not seeing,
What is that?
oh,
So right in front of us.
you don't know what this is? This is ground ginger.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was very familiar.
It's a really familiar smell, yeah.
Right, and I couldn't place it. Okay.
So what we're going to do with this?
Ginger powder.
We don't want
rather
to use a
than
lot
fresh.
of this. That's about a tablespoon.
Uh-huh, right. Here's the lid.
Perfect. You're much better at this than I am.
I've had practice.
Yeah. Get a whiff of that. What's that smell like?
Garlic? No?
Yeah, this is either garlic powder or onion powder.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
I put in there about 1 tablespoon.
Okay. I think that was garlic. Do you want onion? How come you don't use fresh garlic and onion and all that?
Because that's a great question. For what we're doing today, if you were to use fresh garlic, fresh onion, fresh herbs in the pizza oven, they would burn. we don't want that. You know, we want to get a nice char on the outside, but we don't want to burn flavor at all. So what do you think we have here?
That's the onion.
Yeah, this is the onion,
It smells, oh, you know, so when we went down to this lamb ranch,
and that is way too much.
it smells just like the ranch. They feed the onion to the lamb. Lots of them.
Actually, I think this is the garlic.
Really?
Yeah, this is garlic.
I didn't do very good on that.
Don't worry about it. I screwed it up as well.
So now we have too much onion and not
No, I think we're
garlic?
okay. We're almost to the end of our spices here. Have a smell of this.
Turmeric?
That is turmeric.
Oh,
This is going to give a beautiful color to the lamb, especially when we, with the yogurt. This will give us a nice bright yellow color. And I'm using a lot of turmeric. Okay.
Wow. A lot. A
Yeah,
lot.
we want to get a nice color
Like
on the
two
lamb.
fistfuls?
Yeah, that's probably about half a cup of turmeric.
Oh gosh.
So, do you know any of the health benefits of turmeric? Are you
Yeah, well,
aware of it?
go ahead and remind me. I know they're very, very good. You can actually mix it up with some water and paste and put it on a wound on the outside
Yeah,
of your body.
turmeric is an antiseptic. That's exactly correct. But turmeric is also fat soluble, so you want to, if you use it as a dietary supplement, you want to make sure you mix it with, like a heavy cream or a whole grain, or crap, I lost my train of thought. I can't even think straight with a blindfold on.
What are you opening up there?
I think this is the garam masala. Smell it.
Yeah.
So
And that has like the cinnamon.
yeah, this has all the
nutmeg.
cinnamon, nutmeg, curry powder.
Right.
There's a little turmeric in here as well.
Uh-huh.
So
And how much did you put in there?
That was about 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to
Okay.
add another 2 tablespoons to
Okay.
it. Okay. So we got a ton of spices in there.
But there's no hot chili in there.
Not yet.
I like it really hot though.
You like a nice hot curry?
Yeah. I like to
We'll
sweat.
definitely add some heat to it. So now what we need to find is our salt and pepper.
Salt is up here.
So just by feel, I know that that's salt.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Is
I
this
know-
a kosher salt?
This is a kosher salt,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And what about the pepper?
The pepper is fresh ground black pepper.
Uh-huh.
So we buy peppercorns and we grind them up here in the kitchen.
Is it finely ground?
No, it's a kind of a coarse grind.
Uh-huh.
Salt, I'm probably going to add about a tablespoon and a half of kosher salt.
Okay.
And then we're going to add about a tablespoon of black pepper.
Excellent.
We'll move that off to the side because we're going to use that again. I'm sorry I keep running.
No
into
worries.
you. All right, now what we want to do is kind of get our hands in here, and you can help me if you want.
Not really.
All right.
I'll do it.
So you want to get your hands in here, and you kind of want to
You
Just
go first.
massage all this yogurt and tandoor marinade into the
It does smell really
into
good.
the
though.
lamb. Yeah. It's
How
great.
long is this supposed to marinate?
This is one of those things. The longer you let it go, the better it is. If you can let it go 6 hours, that's great. If you can let it go overnight, that's even better.
So how will you know when it's all mixed in evenly?
Well, in this instance, I'm going on experience and knowing that, I'd want to do this for about a minute or two, just to kind of massage all the marinade into the meat. Obviously, I can't see it, so I have no idea what it looks like. But I know by the way it feels that we have a nice amount of yogurt in there. Every piece is fully coated. I couldn't imagine you doing this. I have a whole new level of respect for you trying to do this when I'm blindfolded. I can't see anything, so I don't know exactly what it looks like, but I know from experience, a couple of minutes of massaging it and it's good to go. So,
Well, I do want to just mention that one of the newest challenges I find in my kitchen is the appliances are all flat now.
right,
And it really is annoying. I mean, and I'm being polite by saying annoying. Now I have to put the Velcro on my oven so I can feel things. But then sighted people can't read it because the Velcro covered it up, and I'm the only one that knows what all that Velcro means. It's not a good deal.
yeah. So the last thing I'm going to add to this to kind of help the marination process a little longer is we're going to add a little liquid to this. So we're going to walk over here to my right and go to our sink and add just a little bit of water to this. And this is going to be tough.
No, We'll do it. Where's your sink?
I think it's a little farther. Right here, I
Here we
think.
go.
There's the.
Ooh.
So we're just going to add a little
Uh-huh.
water to this,
Okay.
just to help the marination process
Uh-huh.
along.
Great.
And we'll head back over here. Sit this down.
And leave it there.
Yeah, we're going to leave it here and let it sit and marinate. So what I think we should do now is,
Wash your hands.
yeah, but if, I'd like to take my blindfold off. It's
you
okay.
can. You're free to move about.
Can you actually pull it off my head?
I have stuff on my hands, so I'm trying not to.
Perfect.
You can
Wow.
You don't
That
have to
is
do it
fucking
anymore if you don't
strange.
want to. Oh my gosh. It's intense.
That's totally weird.
Maybe that's
That is
enough
a really
blindfold
strange
then.
experience. I have a whole new level of respect for folks who are blind. I mean, I couldn't imagine doing that on a daily basis. I would
Oh my
probably get
gosh.
really frustrated with myself, and maybe after a while I would be okay with it. But definitely in the beginning, it's very frustrating. I hope I nailed all the spices. I think I did. The onion and garlic were a little confusing because in the dry state they.
Can I
They
get a
both,
towel? Do we have towels?
You want to wash your hands?
I did. I washed
Oh,
them
you
now.
did?
I just need a towel.
In the dry state, they both smelled really similar. Well, I don't have curry on me and I don't have yogurt on me, so that's good.
Thank you.
Dude, that's a weird experience.
You don't have to keep. You know.